Russia, officially the Russian Federation, is the largest country in the world, spanning Eastern Europe and Northern Asia. It has a population of about 145 million people and is noted for its rich natural resources. Africa, on the other hand, is the world's second largest and second most populous continent, home to 55 countries with over 1.2 billion people. It is considered the cradle of humankind and is also rich in natural resources. Despite Africa's wealth of natural resources, the continent reaps minimal benefit from their exploitation. In contrast, Russia has cultivated expertise and advanced technologies in subsoil exploration, which it now offers to Africa. This collaboration has led to the establishment of the annual Russia-Africa Raw Materials Dialogue, aimed at empowering African nations to harness their own resources. Through knowledge sharing, technological innovation, and the reform of mining engineering curricula, the initiative seeks to produce graduates equipped for the demands of the global workforce. As part of the annual Russia-Africa Raw Materials Dialogue, Professor Kenneth Kamwi Matengu, President of the Association of African Universities and the Vice Chancellor of the University of Namibia, was invited by the International Competence Center for Mining Engineering Education, based at the Empress Catherine the Great St. Petersburg Mining University, to attend the 2025 edition of the dialogue held in St. Petersburg, Russia, from October 29 to November 1, 2025. Joining him at the event were the AAU Secretary General, Professor Olushola Oyewole, and the Partnerships Manager, Mr. Ransford Bekwe. Professor Matengu delivered an official address on behalf of African universities at the introductory session. Other Africans who spoke at this session was Professor Paul Omaji, President of Subsoil Africa Consortium of Universities and immediate past Vice Chancellor and Rector of Admiralty University of Nigeria. Professor Matengu also served as a panelist on the topic Russian-African Relations in the Raw Materials Sector, Current State and Prospects. Contributors to the discussions included the Secretary General of the AAU, Professor Olushola Oyewole, and Mrs. Alice Omaji. The mission was also an opportunity for the AAU President to visit the Museum of the St. Petersburg Mining University. The climax of this memorable engagement was the historic signing of a memorandum of understanding between the International Competence Center for Mining Engineering Education and the Association of African Universities. The 5-year MOU were signed by Professor Vladimir Litvibenko and Professor Matengu respectively for their organizations. Within this MOU, the two parties agree that the prerequisite for Africa's development is its sovereignty and control over its own natural resources, particularly in the extraction and processing of its minerals, and therefore agree to work together in the following areas. 1. Capacity building and training programs to explore short, medium, and long-term training and capacity building initiatives in sustainable mineral exploitation of natural benefits to members and geopolitical regions covered by each party. 2. Curriculum reforms in advocating for a uniform model of training in engineering education that enhances competencies and skill sets and facilitates academic mobility in the subsoil industry across regions. 3. Implementation of joint educational programs, professional development programs, and facilitation of specialist exchanges within mineral resource companies. And 4. Engage the private sector to leverage investment and expertise in support of human and institutional capacity, strengthening in mineral exploration in Africa. This is the roadmap that the AAU has agreed to for Africa to reassert ownership of its subsoil minerals through equitable partnerships. Russia is a promising suitable partner, and next 5 years will be used to evaluate the outcomes of the collaboration.